Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this month's printing episode. In this series, I grab a print off of my wall or from storage, knock the dust off a little bit. We talk about why I shot it, what I shot it with, what kind of paper it's on, what's the story behind it. This particular print does not actually have a name, but it does have a story. So this particular image was shot with the Nikon D610 and probably, but I'm not 100% sure, but probably the Tamron 70-200 f2.8 G2 or the Tokina 100mm macro. Now this particular image was actually the first portrait session that I shot during the COVID-19 pandemic. So that's about how old this particular image is. So why did I print this one? Well, this particular image, it just happened to have the most headroom to where I could really get wild with the edit. So it's very heavily stylized. I did some kind of interesting kind of color work to it, left some colors behind and dulled them and pulled out other colors. That's kind of a mixture between black and white and dull color. Now it would probably be very hard to see in this particular image, but the eyeball is actually perfectly tack sharp. It's razor sharp and everything else kind of falls out into like a softness. And honestly, it just looks really, really cool. When I found that this particular file had a lot of headroom for me to do some kind of wildness with, I decided that I wanted to do something spooky. This was still very much like an unknown kind of territory. So during COVID, not a lot of people were like going out, and that was the time that we were living in, you know, and actually at this particular time, masks were still kind of like hard to get. So it was pretty common to have this kind of setup for your mask. So because of the times, I wanted something that was kind of like a spookier edit. This isn't necessarily a spooky picture. The original file is not that spooky, but the edit is definitely spooky. So I edited this to what it actually is. And that really is just the story behind it. It was just a YouTube video that we were shooting. This particular part of the photo shoot is after we had shut it down. We were just on our way out. Then I decided just to take one more shot when we were on our way back. I kind of saw these bricks and everything. And really what I was trying to do was I was trying to get the separation between the bricks. I was trying to use that as kind of like a bit of a frame, but I was a little bit off on that. A little bit on the edit. This is kind of along the lines of like a Dragon edit. I absolutely love Dragon editing and I don't do it that much anymore. And so what's funny is this was kind of, I was learning how to Dragon edit at this point. I eventually got very, very good at it, and then I stopped doing it. So if I were to try to do one today, it might end up looking like this, which is kind of like a half dragon. But now that I look at it, I kind of like the half dragon look. I might have to make that part of my style for a while. As far as the paper, I was not printing my own images at this point, and so this would be an image that was actually printed through Pratique. I am an affiliate of Pratique, and I was actually really excited whenever they accepted me as an affiliate, because I actually still use their service whenever I have a print that I want to do that's bigger than what my printer will handle. The reason I used to use them is because I'm an absolute dork when it comes to paper, and I like having good quality paper, and I like having good quality prints. And they basically have a perfect track record with all of the prints that I've done through Pratique. They have good quality paper, they have all the paper types that you would need, plus some other kind of niche media. And so I'm happy to have their link in my description because it is a good service. But if you're thinking about taking your printing to the next level and really experimenting with papers, my favorite paper distributor, who is not a partner with this channel, but that's Red River Paper. You have to get your paper through them, but you're going to need a printer. There's also a link if you're thinking about buying a printer, and that's where things really get fun. And I'll have to check to see if this particular image is post hard drive loss. I lost an entire hard drive of images, and I'm not sure what has survived. But if this one has survived, I might do this particular print again on some different papers just to see what it looks like. Maybe I'll try it on like a super glossy, something like a Canon Platinum, and see what that looks like. But anyway, yeah, I don't have a name for this print. If I were to name this print, since it was the first portrait session of the pandemic, maybe I would call this session number 1. Thank you for watching this month's printing episode. If you're a member of the Image Circle Discord, upload one of your prints if you have one. I'm Z Wade, the Z Wade, and Z Wade Photo. Stay sharp, YouTube.